Trucker Todd here. Time for another video. Today we're going to talk about freedom. And I'm even going to talk about how it pertains to the freedoms I have here at Roadrunner Freight. So, in the land of the free and the home of the brave, how do we feel about this social distancing and these stay-at-home orders that a lot of states are putting out now? Shelter in place, I think is what they call it. Let's talk about that right now. Alrighty, let's jump right in. Let's also make sure that we're all liked and subscribed and click that bell notification so that you can be notified about future videos. Upcoming very soon, probably tomorrow, I'm going to talk to you about Roadrunner and how I think they've handled the coronavirus, if I think they've done a good job, if there's anywhere I think they need to improve. So make sure you stick around for that. Even if you don't work for Roadrunner, it might be some good information there for things that you might want to implement at your own companies or within your own trucking businesses. All right, so I want to talk to you about shelter in place. And I've got quite a bit to say about this. I'm also going to talk about freedom at Roadrunner. For the guys that's talked to me about coming to work here, everybody seems to like that you have a lot of freedom here. And freedom comes at a cost, and we're going to get into that a little more here in a minute. And let's switch back to the coronavirus for a second. Freedom does come at a cost. There used to be a bumper sticker. It kind of become cliche saying freedom isn't free. I remember it back during Desert Storm and all of that. And it's not. Right now, while we're sitting here complaining that our travel is somewhat restricted, somewhere around the world, probably in multiple locations, there's people that are risking their lives to further our freedom and our safety. And so we need to keep our military service members. I know there's some competition between the branches, but we need to keep all the branches in our thoughts and prayers. And when you see one, thank them for their service, buy them a cup of coffee, open a door for them, and show them gratitude. Regardless of who the president is, or if you agree with whatever political administration's in office, these guys are making a lot of sacrifices for us for not a lot of money. All right, now, in the land of the free and in the home of the brave, I'm not sure how I feel about this shelter in place. All right, so we need to remember this is a virus, just like the flu, just like any other virus. This isn't the first pandemic to hit our shore, and it probably won't be the last. And so we do need to take some precautions, washing our hands, having good hygiene, things like that, keeping our distance, especially if we have a fever or cough, consulting with our doctor if we have any high-risk concerns, things like that. But I do feel it's an overreaction, and I hate to say that because a really smart guy that works for Roadrunner that I met, I actually referred him, but he didn't get me mentioned, so but that's neither here nor there. We became kind of friends. We talk occasionally every week or two, and his mom recently passed away from coronavirus. So I don't want to be callous and say that this isn't a severe thing or this isn't something we should be worried about, but I want to look at it more from a statistical standpoint. We've got, what, 1,000, 1,500 cases right now. We've had less than 100 people die in the United States. We're hearing that we've surpassed China and Italy in number of cases. Italy, I believe. China, I'm not so sure about. China's not known for being the most honest or forthcoming or whatever you want to use. A phrase I used to use that my mom liked was, China wrestles with the truth. And I think that's true in this case. There was such a panic in China that I think they're underreporting. But even if it's true, We've had somewhere close to 5,000 people die in the United States in car accidents this year. You don't see anyone calling for the ban of cars, restricting travel because of the danger of cars. How many people have we had that's died from other things? There's other diseases that kill just as many people, if not more. I did a video where I said they estimate between 30 and 50,000 people died last year from the flu. So while this is severe, this is something we need to look at. I do believe there's a lot of overreaction. Like I say, we're in one of the freest countries in the world, probably the freest country in the world. We have one of the best health cares in the world. And so if you're at high risk, sure, consult with your doctor, look into this stuff, but don't let it rule your life. If you're in an area that they say shelter in place, try to do it as best as you can. But what I'm concerned about are these places. I'll give you an example. Where I live, Lubbock. A few days ago, people were demanding that the city put them on shelter in place. We don't need the government to do that. If you think it's bad enough for shelter in place, stay home. Now, Lubbock has it. You're not supposed to go anywhere unless it's necessary. And it's just crazy. I guess what I wanted the point of this video to be is how quickly we're willing to give up our freedoms. And not only willing to give them up, volunteering to give them up. Please take my freedoms. Please take this from me. Please take that from me. When we can self-manage ourselves and take care of these things ourselves. And that's going to bring me to Roadrunner Freight for today. And what I want to say about them. You know, probably what most people tell me when they call me is, hey, I like Roadrunner based on what you said because I have a lot of freedom there. I get to pick my loads, things like that. Yeah, with freedom comes responsibility. If you're the type that, in the example I just used, if you can't self-regulate yourself, if you need the government to tell you when you should shelter in place, if you're not smart enough to figure that out on your own, this may not be a great fit for you. Roadrunner is a great company. I could name a ton of people that are doing well here, but it requires you to be a go-getter. It requires you to work hard and to self-manage yourself. Now, I don't know, there may be IC coordinators that if you asked them, they'd hold your hand and say, all right, little Johnny, your 10-hour break is up. You need to start driving now. All right, little Johnny, you don't need to be playing video games. You need to be driving. Your load's got to be delivered. All right, little Johnny, you can't take 3 weeks off at home or 2 weeks off at home. You need to be out working. You've got a truck payment. You're running a business. And that's why, you know, they require a month's experience. I think a person probably needs a little more than that, but it depends on the person. Some people at a year are ready. I just met a guy the other day. He's got tons of experience, and I'm starting to question if he's ready. He's already making a lot of bad decisions. I've advised him, and he's chose to go a different direction, and so we'll see how that works out for him. I'm not saying I've got all the answers. I mess up every day. While you're sheltering at home, watch some of my old videos. I've made plenty of mistakes, and I think that's why a lot of people watch. There'll be more coming. I'm not perfect. I haven't arrived, and I'm going to make more mistakes in the future as well. But I try to learn from those mistakes and share my experience and help others where I can. But like I've said before, Roadrunner's a great company, the best company I've ever leased from. The Volvo's running great. It's about to be due for its first oil change in the next few days. We're going to get that knocked out. I'm delivering here in North Carolina. It's a broker load because I just left the house. and it'll deliver tomorrow morning at 10:30, and then I'll be back on the terminal stuff until the end of April, when I'll be returning home for a doctor's appointment and to finish moving out of my house. So I do want to thank everybody for watching. I hope I haven't offended anybody. Like always, I'm gonna have the link below if you want to apply at Roadrunner, and I'm gonna have my email there if you would like to contact me. You feel free to leave a comment. I really appreciate the thumbs up, but even if you don't like the video, leave a thumbs down, that's okay too. I like positive feedback in the comments. If you do constructive criticism, try to keep it respectful. I'm gonna wrap this up for now. We'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day wherever you're at, and let not your heart be troubled. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.